Welcome to another edition of Strange New Pod. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2024. We don't do seasons, but it's our season premiere. It is good to be back. I am your captain, fleet admiral, whatever rank I want to be, and host Julian Brown alongside the best bridge crew this side of an awesome script that MC wrote and is going to tell you all about. So stoked to read this. We have a great group joining us tonight. Commander Hawk, Captain Giraffe, and of course, the author herself, Commander MC, and our very special guest, one of our Badmirals, our executive producers, Tara Pollen. Welcome. Welcome.
Yep.
It is good to have you on like a full episode of the pod. This is going to be fun. Off mic, we were all admiring your wall of Voyager, which is just feckin' gorgeous.
It's a lot of Voyager.
It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
It's not. It makes me happy.
How are you guys New Year's? Everybody good? Everybody have a good New Year? No one got sick, I hope?
Yep.
I did Discovery Escape game.
That's right.
Nice.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. It was not the hype that it was. No, it was really cool. Like you're stuck in a turbo lift and stuff, but it was super loud, so I suffered. And we did not save the Discovery.
No.
Fail.
Eric's asking Tara if you were going to do a live reading of a limerick, to which I will answer that you did do a live reading of a limerick for the Picard season 3 finale. You came on and read yours, so you can go back and watch that episode at the very, very end. Real quick, Vice Admiral Eric is on vacation. He's at Jim Kirk's cabin hanging out, so he'll be back.
The Nexus.
Yep. Listen, for the table read, we like to go kind of right into it. So we're going to forego the patron stuff. Patron Collective, we love you. You're the best. We'll read your names next week for our Temporal Cold War episode. I will say, following the table read, stay tuned for a little bit of news before we close out the show. With that being said, MC, tell us before we begin, just a like if you had to write the episode synopsis for Paramount Plus, what would it be for this episode?
Tendi has to go undercover on her first mission and runs into someone from her past.
Nice. I like it. I like it. So with that said, let me read you tonight's cast list, everybody. Giraffe's gone, so I think she knows who she's playing. So if not, it'll be a surprise.
The Giraffe never reads the outline.
No, Giraffe never reads the outline. So playing Tendi tonight, and Anya is of course MC. This is her script. It's a Tendi story. Of course she's playing MC. She's playing MC. Of course she's playing Tendi. Commander Hawk will be playing Rutherford. Is it Jubran?
I think it's
Jubran. And Wendy. Giraffe, this is going to be really fun, is playing Boing Boing, Brad Boimler, and Devora, who we will find out about very soon in the script. Myself, I will be playing Dr. T and Commander Ransom, hence why I wore the shirt tonight. Gotta honor the man. Gonna love
Strange
that.
energies.
Strange energies. And last but certainly not least, our very special guest, our Badmiral, Tara, is going to play the role of, and you better give me like the best Deep Shax voice ever, Lieutenant Commander Shax, Captain Freeman, a bartender, and Beckett fucking Mariner. Let's go. Do I have my sound bites?
Vulcan is a motherfucker.
There it is. So if we're all ready to go, I will say... Oh, and of course, MC is also, it's her script. She will be our narrator tonight. So, without further ado, let's get into it. This is Star Trek Lower Decks, A Bountiful Bounty of Booty, written, of course, by MC.
Exterior space. The Cerritos is racing through space at warp.
Captain's log. Stardate 59427.3. The Cerritos is en route to Free Cloud, where Commander Ransom will be leading an away mission on behalf of Starfleet Intelligence. It is an honor to be entrusted with this important task.
Interior Cerritos lower decks bunks. Tendi is, by the way, just realized I wrote this when before season 3, so that's why it's in the lower decks bunks.
Oh yeah.
Tendi is jumping up and down, clenching tightly to a pad. I can't believe the captain selected me. I've never been the primary science officer on a mission. Boimler and Rutherford join Tendi as she continues to jump up and down excitedly. Mariner is laying casually in her bunk.
Whoa, Tandy, the captain must be really happy with your training. Free Cloud is one of the most populated planets in the quadrant.
Oh, I'm so jealous. You're going to be doing so much science.
Or you're going to be the one getting killed.
Tendi stops jumping up and down, looking at Mariner warily as Mariner jumps out of her bunk. What do you mean? I'm just going to be doing science things. Nothing to get killed over.
I just mean when 4 people go down to a planet and 3 of them are senior staff, the junior officer...
Mariner mimes slicing her throat. Boimler crosses his arms over his chest.
That hardly happens anymore. Don't scare her.
I'm just kidding.
Mariner grabs a nervous Tendi by the shoulders, hugging her from the side.
You're science. You're way more likely to survive than, say, Boimler.
We're the same division.
Rutherford places a hand on Tendi's shoulder.
You'll do great, Tendi. We're not doing anything as exciting as you. We're working with some Alpha Shift officers on cargo bay inventory. Have fun for us.
Tendi still looks nervous. I'll try. Oh, Mariner turns Tendi to face her, getting up in her face.
But if some rock monster comes near you, you shove Ransom in the way. You hear me? Just shove him as hard as you can.
Tendi smiles nervously. Okay. I should be going. I need to get the full briefing. She starts to look a bit happier. Captain Freeman said, I'm the only one who can do this mission. Maybe I need to provide medical assistance or identify a new species. Interior shuttle. Tendi is now dressed in Orion pirate gear, looking thoroughly miserable. On either side of her are Shax and Tiana, who are similarly garbed. Ransom is pacing in front of them.
The crew Starfleet intelligence intercepted were led by an Orion pirate. Lieutenant Tendi, you'll have to take the role of the leader. Now I need to make sure. Can you be a pirate?
Tendi forces herself to smile. I might have some experience. Interior Cerritos storage bay. Mariner, Boimler, and Rutherford are scanning bins with tricorders, along with several other lower deckers, including Anya and Wendy. Mariner rolls her eyes.
So while Tendi is off on a secret ops, we're really supposed to inventory the cargo bay. Shouldn't we just be waiting for the ops to go wrong so we can go in and rescue her?
Rutherford is focused on his pad.
Tendi will be fine without us. Now, these cargo bins won't be without us doing our job.
Tendi could be getting attacked by flowers that make you horny as we speak.
Giraffe can't hear you.
Sorry. It's Free Cloud. I don't think there's a lot of flour. No one's going to be getting horny.
Anya approaches Boimler. She looks nervous and bashful. Hey, Boimler, I know we have a few hours of inventory left, but when we're done, maybe you and I could have a Ractigino together?
Never drink the stuff. It makes me jittery.
Oh, well, you can have whatever you want, just as long as we do it together. Boimler suddenly catches on. He grins.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we could do that. Sure, of course, yeah.
I'll see you then. He does finger guns at her.
Looking forward to it.
As Anya leaves, Mariner covers her face with her hands.
That you have ever had the smallest amount of sex is as unbelievable as Captain Picard never hooking up with Dr. Crusher.
Rutherford claps Boimler on the shoulder, both of them ignoring Mariner.
Oh, man. Ensign Leia is super cute.
I think I played cool. I played cool, didn't I?
You did not play it cool.
Boimler opens his mouth to speak, but before he can, Wendy comes up to him.
Hey, Boimler. Why were you talking to Anya?
A mistake he's going to make in a few hours.
Oh, I'm glad. I thought she might be asking you out because I wanted to.
Mariner and Rutherford are looking on, mouths agape. Boimler blinks, but soon recovers himself and puffs out his chest.
Well, in that case, you're in luck because I would love to go out with you tomorrow night.
Sure. I'll meet you in the Arboretum.
Awesome. It's a dead then.
He does the finger guns again as she leaves. Mariner and Rutherford still look stunned.
What just happened?
Mariner
Yeah.
starts to rummage through the storage bins.
Now I'm sure there are horny flowers around here somewhere.
Exterior streets of Free Cloud, night. Tendi is heading the away team. Ransom close up to her on one side, Shax and Tiana on the other.
Now, Lieutenant Tendi, you look to me if you're not sure about anything. This is a big mission for you to...
Tendi turns to Ransom, but her expression is not one we're used to on Tendi. This is the mistress of the winter constellations. She grabs him by the front of his shirt. If I want you to speak, I'll beat it out of you. Ransom looks shocked and a little panicked.
Lieutenant Tendi!
That's not my name, is it?
No, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Shax is nodding in approval.
I don't know where this has been, but I like it.
Better be careful. Lieutenant Ransom might fall in love with you.
Ransom is still looking panicked.
Shut up. You're turned on.
Tiana gives Shax a saucy look as she purrs.
Never said I wasn't. You can mutiny my bounty anytime you want.
Tendi turns to all of them, looking furious. And this is how you act on a mission? This is pathetic. I need you all to get it together. She points at the bar they're in front of. There are very dangerous people in there. You told me yourself. Now they have contraband that needs to be intercepted. And the only way we can do this is if you listen to me. Ransom, Tiana, and Shax all stand up very straight, nodding to Tendi. She turns around to walk in while the senior officers hesitate.
It's your fault. She's so scary, Diane.
It is not. Both of you, be quiet. You don't want her to get angry again.
Interior Free Cloud bar. The bar is crawling with the lowest of the low. A wretched hive of scum and villainy, to quote another franchise. Ferengi, Orions, and Nausicaans, oh my. Okona is in the corner making a deal. The door opens, revealing Tendi in full pirate mode. She walks to the bar, leaning over towards the bartender, a hulking Klingon. Where's Jubran?
Who's asking?
Tendi slams the bartender's head onto the bar. Jubran, where? The bartender gets back up slowly, pointing to the back. Tendi stalks past him, followed by the senior officers. The bartender keeps watching her as she goes.
Call me?
Tendi walks purposefully to the back room. Jubran is sitting in the center. A Deltan pirate. He is glaring at Tendi in the shadows.
I was expecting you 3 days ago.
Tendi leans in, looking just as menacing. Well, you get me now. I work on my own schedule. Now, where's the shipment? I want to get out of this stink pile as soon as possible.
You wound me, Captain. This stink pile is my home. I'm afraid I can't help you yet.
Shax steps forward, all snarling and, well, basically just being Shax.
You heard the captain.
Jubran smiles.
I suppose Bajorn patience is consumed waiting for your precious emissary's return.
Both Ransom and Tiana have to hold back Shax.
When you were delayed, I was forced to put the cargo in storage. It won't be ready until at least tomorrow. Stay as my guest tonight. I insist. My associate will escort you. Devora, please show the captain and her crew to their accommodations.
From the shadows, she steps out, a beautiful Orion woman, clearly older than Tendi, but with the same green hair, only hers is longer. This is Devora, and she is a pirate with a capital P. There is a Hitchcock shot on Tendi, who looks surprised, horrified, and every other bad feeling possible.
Follow me.
Devora leads Tendi, Ransom, Shax, and Tahana out of the bar. Ransom leans over to Tendi as they walk.
Is everything all right, Captain?
We might have a teeny tiny problem. The crew are led into an alley, and Devora pulls a phaser on them. Tendi puts her hands up while the senior staff look confused.
I would like to believe you're not an undercover Starfleet team.
Why would you think that?
Tell me you're not, and you actually decided to pursue a respectable profession, Divana.
Tendi smiles sadly. I'd say yes, but I was never as good a liar as you are. Aunt Devora. Interior, Devora's apartment. Devora is sitting with her feet up on one side of the table. Tendi and the senior staff are on the other side. Devora opens up a bottle of Romulan whiskey.
Lieutenant Tendi, this is your aunt?
No one asked you to speak, Beefcake. When you asked Divana to disguise herself as a pirate, did you not think of asking about her own experience?
Lieutenant, you were a pirate? How'd you not tell us?
You didn't ask. The captain just ordered me to be on the mission without telling me what I was going to be doing. But none of this matters. Devora, the cargo Gibran is trafficking is really dangerous. We're not going to arrest you.
I'd sooner visit the fire caves in summer than let this criminal go.
Tendi turns to Shax. Our cover is blown, Lieutenant Shax. If we want any chance at intercepting the shipment, we're going to have to work with my aunt. Now, what do you say? Devora holds up her bottle of whiskey.
I think we can make an arrangement.
Interior, Cerritos Mess Hall. Rutherford and Mariner are sitting in the corner, looking conspiratorially as Boimler is talking to Anya at the other table.
What are we doing, Mariner? I thought you were grossed out about Boimler going on a date.
I am, but I can't look away. It's like watching ship crashes in the holodeck.
Rutherford gives Mariner the side eye.
You watch ship crashes in the holodeck?
Hey, what someone does in the holodeck is their own business. Now be quiet. I want to hear what's going on.
Boimler is leaning back in his seat, trying to look cool. Is he succeeding? He certainly thinks so. Anya might think so too. But to anyone looking at it from the outside, there's something wrong with both of them. He's ridiculous.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm better than Captain Kirk, but I would have gone back with the communicator. Then there wouldn't be planet of people dressed as Starfleet officers shooting machine guns. Now,
You're so funny, Brad.
well, I do try.
Boimler is about to say something else when Wendy walks into the mess hall. He lets out the Boimler scream and ducks under the table.
Oh, here we go.
Mariner is nudging Rutherford.
Oh, here we go. This is where it gets funny.
Mariner, are you a bad friend?
If I don't document this, Boimler's just going to make this mistake again. If he can ever get another two women interested in him.
Anya is looking under the table at Boimler, who is curled up underneath it. Brad, what's going on? Why are you under the table? Boimler looks up at her and he tries to recover himself.
Just wanted to check the reinforcement of the table leg.
He pats it.
Never know when the ship is gonna be hit by heavy fire. Don't want this thing breaking loose and hurting someone. Hey, you want to check out the warp core with me?
Oh, that sounds like fun. Let's go. Anya gets up and walks towards the door. Boimler goes with her, ducking behind her to avoid being seen by Wendy. It somehow works.
I can't believe he's actually doing this.
Stringing along two different girls? Yeah, it doesn't seem like Boim.
No, I mean actually getting away with it.
Interior, Devora's apartment. Tendi, Ransom, and Devora are all still sitting at the table. There are disturbing noises coming from the next room.
Oh, damn!
It sounds like your friends are getting settled.
Kendi is slouched over, channeling her inner embarrassed teen. Aunt Devora, Lieutenant Shax wasn't going to arrest you. You didn't have to use pheromones on him and Dr. Tana.
Oh, I didn't. I just said the guest room was free. You really take orders from these people? I will never understand why you gave up captaining the winter constellations in order to join a quasi-militaristic science cult.
Ransom looks silently surprised at Tendi while she covers her face with her hands. It was a small freighter, a crew of 3 people.
But you were respected, Divana. And now you're taking orders from Commander Beefcake here.
Hey, I've earned the right to give orders to your niece, and thank you.
He flexes his arms.
Been working on my biceps lately.
Devora smiles flirtatiously at Ransom.
It shows.
Can we please talk about the cargo Gibran has? The cargo he intercepted is time sensitive. You said you'd help.
I will help. For a price.
You're charging your niece?
It's not like she's bringing in any money to help the family. Do you have any idea how much the Orion Syndicate takes in due? No, you don't, because the Federation doesn't have money, which has never made sense to me or anybody else. Now, I will help your little away team get the cargo from Gibran, but only if I'm getting something out of it.
You are the worst aunt in the quadrant.
Look at the niece I'm dealing with. It's not a big deal. Gibran has other cargo that Starfleet isn't desperate to get. I'll help you get what you want, and I'll take the rest. And since you're not really in charge, I think this is a conversation I should be having with the beefcake.
Devora gets flirty with Ransom again.
What do you say, Commander?
Devora, stop it right now. Both Ransom and Devora ignore Tendi as they get closer and way flirtier. Tendi is just dying from mortification. Why couldn't it be a rock monster? Interior, Cerritos lower decks bunks. Mariner is laying back on her bed. Rutherford and Boimler are sitting on the edge of his.
So Anya and I ended up back in her quarters. And then once I left, I ran into Wendy.
Ugh.
Mariner sits up, grimacing.
Ugh, do we really have to hear this part?
I think you should hear all of the parts. Two girls are interested in me.
Oh, that's great. Boy. But do you think you're going to keep this up for long? Do you like one more than the other?
I like that there's 2 girls. 2 of them, Rutherford.
He holds up 2 fingers.
1, 2 girls.
Pretty sure as an engineer, Rutherford is able to count to 2. And he's got a point. Do you like these girls at all, other than there being 2 of them?
Of course I like them. They are both 2 very nice ladies with very admirable qualities.
Quick, what's your favorite thing about them?
Boimler is quiet for an uncomfortable amount of time. Finally, he stands up and stamps his foot.
I don't need to justify my dating choice to you. I'm going to find one of my girlfriends.
He storms off. Mariner cups a hand at her mouth to call after him.
Girlfriends, you've been on 1 date with them.
Why are you giving Boimler such a hard time, Mariner? You're not jealous, are you?
Mariner looks at Rutherford, shaking her head.
What? Me? Jealous? Like, never in a million billion years. Asking if I'm jealous is like asking Talyn if she's feeling emotional.
So, are you?
Mariner jumps down from her bed to sit next to Rutherford.
Yeah, I am.
Rutherford puts his hand on her shoulder.
You want to talk about how you feel about Boimler?
Well, I guess if you really want to hear it. How does Boimler get 2 girls before me? I've never had 2 girls.
Oh, I thought you were jealous because you were into Boimler.
What? Ew, gross. I'd sooner make out with Ransom.
Really?
Well, he's really low on the list. Who wants to make out with Ransom?
Rude.
Interior, Devora's apartment. Bedroom. Devora and Ransom are in bed together, having obviously just finished initiating first contact, as it were.
Wow. Did not see that coming on this mission.
Devora rolls over and smiles at him, looking terribly debauched.
What? Isn't that what Starfleet commanders do? Find a beautiful alien and seduce her?
Well, I don't like to brag.
Devora rises from the bed, carefully framed to hide her nudity as she gets dressed.
Oh, brag away. You've earned it. But if you do want to be modest, we could just discuss retrieving the cargo from Jubran and what I'll get out of it.
Ransom is laying back in bed, hands behind his bed, looking pleased as all get out.
Oh, yeah, no problem. If you could help us get the cargo, you could take whatever you want from Jabron.
Well, isn't that great?
Devora opens the door out into the living space. Tendi is sulking at the table.
Commander Beefcake and I have worked the mission out.
Tendi is glaring daggers. That is not working things out.
It is, if you're an Orion, you've just forgotten. I don't know what your problem is, Divana. The Tandy family has followed a proud space rover tradition for generations. Your great-great-great-grandmother, Dinesh, nearly stole the Enterprise from Kirk.
It was the NX-01 and it was Captain Archer.
My story is better. Who cares about Captain Archer?
I do. Besides, she didn't succeed.
But she tried. What matters is trying, seeing something you want and going for it. You had the chance to do that, and then you threw it all away for Starfleet. What changed?
Starfleet is what I wanted. I wanted to do science. No one in the family noticed. You all only cared if I was robbing people. It was mean and it hurt people. I didn't want that. In Starfleet, I can put everything I know to good, and I don't have to sleep with some random Starfleet commanders. Devora shrugs.
I don't have to. It's just fun. Besides, the Beef King and I banged out a deal.
Tendi grabs Devora's hands, looking into her eyes. Devora, I know what happens in your deals. You've been dealing with Jubran and you're double-crossing him. If you care about me at all, you won't do what you usually do. This is important. If you care about me at all, you'll help us out. No funny business, no last-minute betrayals. Can you do that for me? Devora pulls back from Tendi, crossing her arms over her chest. Finally, she throws her hands up in the air.
Fine. If it's that important to you, we'll do it your way. No funny business.
Tendi looks warily at her aunt. And you won't mess with Commander Ransom anymore? Devora shakes her head.
Oh no, that is definitely not a part of the deal. The Starfleet boys are always eager to please. I thought that was half the reason you joined.
Tendi throws her hands over her ears. I am not hearing this. Exterior Free Cloud Storage Unit. Devora has led the away team to Jubran's storage unit. Devora types a code into the security lock.
I left Jubran with enough Orion Xihai spice that it'll be occupied all day. Should be easy enough to get in here and retrieve the cargo.
Ransom puts his communicator on his pirate disguise and hits it.
Cerritos, stand by for transport coordinates for the cargo.
Just as Devora opens up the storage unit doors, a large purple wing hits her, knocking her over.
What the hell is going on?
Tendi is scanning with her tricorder. The creature is attempting to get out of the small storage unit door. It is a Maravel dragon, as seen in the TAS episode, The Eye of the Beholder. Oh no, the cargo was supposed to be kept under stasis until we got it to Maravel. Devora is struggling to get back onto her feet.
There was a dragon in that cargo? You didn't say there was a dragon in the cargo.
Well, I told you it was dangerous, didn't I? The pirate Starfleet intercepted were taking it to a zoo, but we're supposed to bring it back home. If only your boss wasn't so stupid.
Jubran isn't my...
Devora is cut off when the Maravel dragon breaks through the storage doors, unfurling its wings. Shax looks gleeful as he pulls out his phaser.
Yeah, this is more like it.
Tendi tries to stop him. No, Lieutenant, they're an endangered species. You can't kill it.
Lieutenant, there's a gigantic dragon about to lay waste to Free Cloud. You think we should just let it go?
Tendi closes her eyes. She looks like she's deep in thought. She then opens her eyes. I've got it. She snatches Ransom's communicator badge and leaps up at the rampaging dragon. She lands on its back with a grunt. The dragon jolts at her presence and takes off into the air. Oh no! Tendi holds onto the dragon's neck for dear life. It ends up landing on the sign to Quark's bar, letting out a roar. People are running in the streets. Tendi is basically on the back of a city-destroying kaiju at the end of a Japanese monster movie.
Ransom's on the communicator for this part. Lieutenant Tendi, what the hell are you doing?
Just scared, Commander. It's not trying to hurt anyone. Maribel dragons are actually very docile creatures. Ransom, Shax, and Honor are running to where the dragon has landed, weaving through the terrified people.
How do you know that?
I read up on them when you were bleeping my aunt. Both Shax and Tiana gives Ransom judgy looks while they're running.
Oh, like you wouldn't if you had the chance.
Absolutely not.
Hold on,
Tendi
sorry.
is...
Did I miss my line? Did I have a line? Oh.
Yes, Shax and Tiana are supposed to speak over each other.
Oh. Whatever, it's fine.
Yeah. Tendi is struggling with the dragon, trying to keep on it as it climbs up, trying to get her off its back. Come on, girl. It'll be okay. We'll get you somewhere safe. Tendi hits the communicator badge. Cerritos, lock onto this communicator badge and transport directly to Holodeck 2. Set out a program with a really, really big tree. Oh, huh? Sorry, there's a comm officer. I forgot. Huh? Just do it. Tendi puts the communicator on the dragon and it beams out, leaving Tendi behind. She lets out a yell as she starts to fall. She grabs onto the sign for the bar, but it breaks off and she falls further. She's dropped right into Shax's arms.
Nice of you to drop in, Lieutenant.
Tendi gets out of Shax's arms and dusts herself off. She lets out a sigh of relief. Not the smoothest of away missions, but I think it turned out okay. We just have to get this guy home in the holodeck instead of stasis.
Fuck, I had time booked in Holodeck 2 tomorrow.
Ransom looks back.
We should probably check to see if Devorah's all right.
Tendi shakes her head. Don't bother. She's gone already. She'll have used this distraction to take everything she wanted out of storage and got away.
You really think your aunt would be so cold-hearted?
I know she would. Taana puts a hand on Tendi's shoulders.
You did good, kid.
Tendi smiles sadly. I think I'd like to just get back to the ship now. I think I've had enough pirating for a lifetime. Interior Cerritos corridors. Mariner and Rutherford walk alongside Tendi.
Oh, man, Tendi. Sounds like your mission was rough.
It could have been better. I really don't know how I'm going to look Ransom in the eye. He was telling Stevens he was going to meet my aunt on Ryza for his next shore leave. Mariner slaps Tendi on the back.
Oh, Tendi, I feel really bad for you, but that's also really funny.
Tendi takes out her tricorder. I just want to put all this behind me. Scanning some cargo bays sounds pretty good right now. Mariner opens up the cargo bay doors.
Good call. If Boimler's going to be busy with his girlfriends, we really should get to work on this inventory.
As they walk along, they nearly run into Boimler, who is already scanning.
Boims, what are you doing here?
My job. We have to get this inventory done.
But I thought you were busy with your big romances.
Boimler lets out a big sigh, his shoulders falling.
Yeah, well, why'd you have to ruin it for me? It was cool having two girls interested in me, but then you had to ask me what it is I liked about them. How do you know I wasn't going to like them?
Because I dated their friend and I hung out with them. They're huge duds. Even if they are two of them, two duds are still just duds.
Boimler leans heavily against the cargo boxes, looking miserable. He slides down slowly to the floor. Mariner, Tendi, and Rutherford sit down beside him.
If you don't like them, it's not that big a deal. There are other girls. Is everything all right?
You remember my ex-girlfriend, Barbara? Mariner.
Sorry. Oh, yeah. The one on the Vancouver? She fell in love with you because you had a parasite. I haven't heard anything from her in a while. What's up with her?
She's getting married.
Tandy puts a hand on Boimler's shoulder. Oh, I'm so sorry, Boimler.
Gets worse. She's marrying the parasite.
Rutherford, Tandy, and Mariner stare at Boimler for a long time. Mariner then bursts out laughing.
It's not funny.
I'm sorry, it's not. It's not funny.
But she gives up and starts laughing even harder. Boimler turns to Rutherford.
Can you believe this?
But Rutherford is also in absolute hysterics. Boimler stands up.
I'm not putting up with this. Tandy?
Tandy is rolling on the floor laughing. Ransom slept with my aunt, and that's still not the worst thing that happened today.
Ransom did what?
Mariner is clutching her stomach.
Oh, no. This is all we're talking about now.
Mariner, Tandy, and Rutherford continue to laugh hysterically. Exterior space, the ship.
Come on, it's not funny.
Don't knock over that container. It's got flowers in it that make people horny.
I knew it.
The lower deckers continue to laugh as the Cerritos flies off into space. The end.
Yay! That was so
Nice.
much fun.
Your ransom is haunting.
I strive to be Jerry O'Connell. What can I say? I was all in on Hawks Rutherford.
Rutherford,
Unexpected.
Yeah, that was
He's kind of an easy one to do because he kind of keep it really light and like okie dokie.
Giraffe, I liked having the sex.
Yeah. It was just for work, Julian.
It was just for work. It was just for work.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
fuck.
I
That
was
was
not
so much fun.
emotionally involved in this.
No, definitely not. Well, you are getting lots of applause in the chat, MC. Awesome. Well done. If I worked for Paramount, this would be an episode. So hang your head high. It was awesome.
well, I'm glad it at least got put to some good use.
Yeah, Eric Summer said this should be an actual episode. Bravo from Kang. I love this episode. I told you that when you first, had me read it. So, another table read in the books and a unique one. I'm very happy that we did it. We do have some news before we go, which Tara and Giraffe will tell you about. So I don't know who wants to go first, but
Better be Giraffe because I don't know what I'm supposed to talk about.
it's the interview thing.
So there's actually several things. Yeah, I had the chance to interview John Billingsley the other day. Thanks to Tara. Thank you, Tara. And there are gonna be some Trek for charity moment in this next day. So first of all, this Saturday on the companion, Trek against pancreatic cancer. Armin Shimmerman, his wife, and John Billingsley, his wife Kitty, and John Billingsley are going to be on the companion. The stream is free, accessible to everybody. We'll have the link on our social. Join, and if you want to give money for the PanCan to support research and treatment against pancreatic cancer, please do so. Join us on Saturday, and then on another Saturday, January 13th, there's gonna be the Trek Talks. She's so many Trek podcaster, Trek.
But big shout
actors.
out to Bill and Dan over at Trek Geeks for putting that together every single year because it's amazing.
But not us, not yet.
Not yet. One day. One day.
Not yet. So it's Trek Talks is raising money for the Hollywood Food Coalition to help with food security in Los Angeles. Same, join if you can donate, and just join a fun and support these awesome initiatives in our fandom.
Yep. And a big thank you to you, Tara, like Giraffe said, for making the John Billingsley interview happen. It was fun to listen to those two chat. I was actually cracking up at moments.
About
Of course,
Russian
no
literature.
no one could hear me, but I was like, this is fucking awesome.
Well, I'm really excited to hear it, but it doesn't take much to get John Billingsley to want to talk about the Hollywood Food Coalition. So
No, it doesn't. So for those wondering, that interview is going to drop on Monday. But if you are part of our amazing patron collective, as soon as I'm done editing that audio, and there's this video as well, there's even a cat booty appearance, one of Billingsley's cats. That's a funny moment. Once the video and audio is edited, excuse me, once all the video and audio is edited, it'll drop for you. So I'm thinking that's going to be like Sunday morning, afternoon. So you'll get it about 24 hours in advance. So because y'all rock and need some content. Speaking of content, your pins, they are in production. They should be shipping very soon, and we will get those all out to you. People who won prizes last week, they're getting shipped. Don't you worry. That's it. Anybody else got news before we boogie?
Need
No?
to rewatch the Enterprise episodes.
Yeah, there you go. I actually need to do that again. Yeah, next week is our once delayed. Once delayed temporal Cold War episode. So we are doing that next week. What's up, Tara? You got a question?
no, I was going to say it could have been delayed in another timeline. And
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was part of the Temporal Cold War.
like
It was,
people trying to
like with
assassinate
Khan.
Khan. Same brain cell. Yeah, so that's next week. And then we actually have to plan out the rest of the month our Discovery rewatch, which is going to be run by us and the Duras sisters. April is not as far away as you think. That is going to be starting up very soon. So keep your eyes on for that. That's going to do it for this one, guys. MC, you freaking rock. That was so much fun. Thank you for writing that one more time. We are going to say...
Thank you for indulging me.
Oh, I mean, I was all about it. So, and to everyone in the chat, you're getting lots of congratulations there. Make sure you read that. So for everybody, for Tara, for Hawk, for Giraffe, for our author, MC, I am Julian. Live long and prosper. Sarcastic Vulcan salute. Majram. Good night.
Thanks for beaming into our podcast today. If you want to keep the hailing frequencies open, you can subscribe on Apple and Google Podcasts, YouTube, and Spotify. Like what you hear? Put in a good word with Starfleet and leave us a 5-star review.